This is KGW News at Sunrise.
I would floor it and try to go, but Murray Boulevard is very busy and I could not escape him, and I just felt like a sitting duck.
That mother of two is describing what happened to her and her kids while they were out running errands in Beaverton. Police are asking for help to identify the man who's accused of attacking their car and threatening to kill the woman in a road rage incident that was caught on camera.
And a World War II soldier from Washington died more than 80 years ago. And today, his remains are finally coming home. Why it took so long to bring this hero home to his family? That story coming up in about 15 minutes. Plus,
today, of course, Election Day in Oregon, and there's still time to get your ballot in. Ahead on Sunrise, where and how to drop off your ballot ahead of tonight's deadline.
It is a Tuesday morning here in the Sunrise Show. It's primary day here in the state of Oregon as well. So again, we'll have more on that in just a minute. But first, as always, at this time,
very
we lead off with the weather.
In Washington, I should say. We have nothing to do as Washingtonians today.
Okay.
Nothing.
What about the weather? Can you do that for us?
Kind of left out. All right. We have the rain coming in to western Washington right now. This is dropping to the south. So it's a dry start out the door. I think we're dry through 7, probably through 8, but at some point light rain will pick up this morning, and then it's going to be heavier, steadier rain this afternoon. A little bit of brightness in the sky looking off to the east, but that'll soon be gone. We're at 50 as the clouds continue to thicken up. There's the rain at noon, 58 degrees, and then with the raindrops falling this afternoon, we'll settle into the mid-50s for much of your day. Here's Chris.
The afternoon commute will probably be a little slow. Right now, the roads out there look pretty good. Quick look at the Markham Bridge, I-5. We had some police activity on the southbound span a little while ago. That has cleared. A quick check of the west side. Here's Highway 26 near the Sylvan Hill. The westbound commute's actually the busier drive right now. And photojournalist Eric Patterson is manning the wheel of Drive 8. He's on I-5 here. Looks like traffic is rolling along just fine there. So far, guys, the freeways are in good shape.
Yeah, looking good out there. Thank you, Chris. This morning, we are continuing to follow a deadly shooting in southeast Portland. What you're looking at right now is a live look at the scene. Police are there investigating this morning. Right now, southeast 130th is closed from southeast Stark to Alder because of that investigation. Officers tell us just before 1:30 this morning, they responded to a shooting call near southeast Stark and 130th in the Hazelwood neighborhood. That's where they found a man who'd been shot several times. An ambulance took him to the hospital where he later died.
Today is primary day in Oregon, which means you have to have your ballot postmarked by today or take it to an official drop box by 8 o'clock tonight in order for it to count.
All right, China Green has a look at the voter turnout so far, as well as some last minute things that you probably need to know if you haven't turned in your ballot yet. Good morning, China.
Good morning. So compared to years past, at this point, turnout was looking a little light. I won't get too in the weeds here for you, but Washington and Clackamas counties turnout are both lower by 15% or more. 18.3% of registered voters have cast a ballot so far in Multnomah County, compared to a total of more than 36% in 2022. That's where there are some big local races like the district attorney's race and 4 out of 5 seats on the county commission.
It's disappointing because it feels like people don't really care about things that are happening that could directly affect them.
Every time I get an opportunity to vote and express my opinion on how things should go, then I want to do that.
So some last minute things that you need to know. The races for Portland mayor and 12 new city council seats are all in November, which will be the city's first time using ranked choice voting. 6 official drop sites are closed due to construction closures, so check your county's website. And again, to be counted here, ballots must be dropped in a ballot box by 8 p.m. tonight or postmarked with today's date. By the way, KGW will have you completely covered tonight for election night. David Mulgo and Laurel Porter, along with our political analyst, will break down the results as they come in. Our coverage begins at 7:45 tonight. You can watch it on channel 8.2 if you get our signal on antenna. It'll also be available on Comcast channel 308. We will also be streaming on KGW Plus, the KGW YouTube channel, and KGW.com. So we got you covered. Drew?
Big night around here for sure. Thanks, China. Beaverton police are asking for help to track down a man who's accused of attacking a woman's car and threatening to kill her, all while her kids were sitting in the back seat. KGW's Amma McCarty talked to the woman who says she's hoping somebody recognizes this man before he does it again to somebody else.
Along a 3-mile stretch of busy Beaverton Road.
And I was on the right-hand lane, changing to the left-hand lane, And that's when the guy, I think, felt like I cut him off.
This disagreement intensified.
Yelling and screaming at me, cussing at me, just telling me to watch my blind spot. At first I thought it was just a road rage incident that was like, okay, screaming and it'll be the end of it. But then it got worse.
The driver, who requested we not identify her out of concern for her safety, says verbal threats from the man on his motorcycle turned physical.
He started attacking and hitting my car, kicking it, punching it. That's when it just really, really escalated. Then he took out the knife. We have that on video.
These are screenshots from that video captured on her Tesla cameras around 3:30 Friday afternoon as she drove down Southwest Murray Boulevard from Allen to Shoals Ferry.
I would floor it and try to go, but Murray Boulevard is very busy and I could not escape him, and I just felt like a sitting duck.
But she says she had to remain calm with her children also in the car.
They are traumatized. All weekend long they've been asking us, have they caught the guy yet? And I want to say yes, but we just need the public's help in finding who he is.
Beaverton police enlisting the help of the public too for what they call criminal behavior.
And at one point, as she tries to drive away, he actually pulls out a knife and mentions that he's going to try and kill her. And obviously that's very problematic. That's a crime. It's called menacing in the state of Oregon.
The driver got away from the motorcyclist relatively unscathed, although he did leave some dents near the back door.
I definitely had this feeling that this could not have been the first time he's done it.
She fears someone else could be caught up in a similar scenario until police track down the suspect.
Nothing ever gets settled on the road. At no point is getting out of your vehicle or threatening other drivers going to accomplish anything. Cooler heads always prevail.
Alma McCarty, KGW News.
Now to some other headlines we're following this morning. The Multnomah County Sheriff's Office has identified the woman who fell to her death while hiking in the gorge Sunday. Authorities say 22-year-old Alicia Macias of Hillsborough was hiking with friends at Horsetail Falls when she separated from the group and went off trail. That's when she fell some 50 to 60 feet. Other hikers tried to perform CPR before rescue crews arrived, but they couldn't save her. She is the second hiker to die this year in that particular section of the gorge.
Wildlife officials in Oregon and Washington are trying to figure out how birds along the coast in both states ended up covered in oil. You can see some of the pictures here on your screen. Reports about this stretched from Long Beach, Washington, south to Lincoln City. So officials say if you see a bird in need, you shouldn't try to help it yourself. Instead, you should call 1-800-22-BIRDS. That'll give trained professionals the chance to respond.
And a big name in running shoes is opening up shop in Southwest Portland's Goose Hollow neighborhood. Hoka Footwear will move into the Canvas office building across the street from Providence Park. While the California-based company has been pretty tight-lipped about details, we do know that it has signed a lease to take over 3 floors of the building.
Hoka leasing 3 floors in the building is a clear indication that our comeback is in full swing. Portland's real estate market, its talent availability, and established footwear industry make it an ideal location for any company to expand into the Portland market.
The location was previously the site of the Oregonian newspaper's printing facility.
Had you heard of this brand, Hoka, Rod?
I want to say no, but I think it's catchy. What are those? These are my Hokas.
They're really comfortable.
Very catchy.
I've tried them on.
Is that right?
One of our producers, Alex Gray, asked me earlier this morning, have you heard of this? I thought she said polka. And I said,
that's catchy as well.
You know what they are? I said, do you wear them to do like the polka dance?
Yeah.
She said, Hoka with an H. Now I have no idea.
It's a running shoe.
Oh.
Yes.
All right.
Our Chris McGinnis probably knows all about him.
No need to run for this next segment, Rod.
Well, you need good shoes to polka. You can really get moving down the floor, So
the running polka.
Could be either. Here we go. Rain coming in right there. You can see it in green. So forecast is pretty much on track from what we talked about yesterday. Probably the last fetch of any brightness in the sky we see today's clouds are going to be thickening and the rain's going to be eventually coming in. We're at 50 degrees right now. The rain's just outside of Long Beach and Astoria where it's 51. You have clear skies down to the south. Look at Eugene, Florence, and Newport. Newport's at 37, Bend 36. Out east, it's partly cloudy to mainly clear and chilly. Baker City's now freezing at 32 degrees. All right, here's Futurecast. I feel like this has a pretty good handle on the timing of our day, meaning most models agree with this. So this is 9 this morning, raining in Astoria, already raining up in Longview, so your dry time this morning will be limited. Down in the Tillamook, I feel like we're definitely dry in Portland through at least 8 o'clock, and sometime after that we could start getting into some light rain or some sprinkles or something. This shows the rain just outside of us at 9 a.m. And then certainly later this morning into the noon hour, it's raining. Here's 1:30. Now notice everything's coming down from the north. It's still dry if you're going down south today. Here we are at 4 p.m. Again, the bottom edge of this rain is around Eugene, but Portland's been raining all afternoon into the evening. Here we are at 4, and then 8:30 now most of the rain is back. There's a front that comes in somewhere around the 7 o'clock hour, so once that plows into us, that will throw the steady rain off to the east, and then we'll get into a scattered shower pattern. Probably not looking at much overnight tonight, but there will be some showers around tomorrow. This is 10 a.m. I don't think we have a thunder chance tomorrow, but certainly the air mass is cold enough with an upper level low dropping nearby that we could have some downpours with some hail. And the snow level on paper looks to be 4,000 feet. Probably won't be sticking at 4,000 feet, but if you're driving over a government camp tomorrow, you probably see some snow showers, at least in the air, with chilly temperatures, but above freezing. And then later in the day, the showers start to wind down, and we do still have a dry Thursday. So rain amounts, the winner, Tillamook and Astoria at 8/10 and 8/10. Kelso, second place, good for you, 51 100ths. I mean, higher amounts when you get into the mountains. There's rhododendron. The models really like the Cascades getting some good moisture. Skamania out in the gorge gets 1.34. And then this is rain amounts for today and tomorrow. So the rain comes in evening, overnight, and tomorrow out east. And look at LeGrand, 6/10 of an inch. That's a pretty good batch of moisture out that way as well eventually. All right, for today, high temperatures will be before the rain starts. So maybe Salem gets up to 62. Around midday before the rain really picks up. And maybe Vancouver gets up to 57 this morning before the rain really picks up and gets going. Southwest winds 5 to 15. Thursday still dry, showers Friday, Saturday. Sunday 74, Monday 77. Right now Sunday and Memorial Day Monday both look really nice, and that is our forecast.